What is going on, YouTube? This is a little bit different of a video. I wanted to talk about some of the games I recommend to you for this holiday season for family-friendly type game. Well, one of them's not very family-friendly, but I was thinking family-friendly multiplayer games, or one of these games is one that will last a very, very long time for you that I highly, highly recommend. Now, the first game that I want to talk a little bit about would be Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This game actually had won Best Family-Friendly Family Game of the year. It's a really fun game. It's only one player though, but it's a really fun family game, and it's probably like an 8 to 10 hour game or something. It's kind of short, but I mean, you can always share, and it's fun to watch someone play as well. But it's a good family-friendly, fun Nintendo game that came out this year, and if you're a fan of Kirby, I recommend you to get this, especially if you see it on sale, which I don't know if it's on sale on the Nintendo eShop right now. I have not looked. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday, by the way, holiday season. But Kirby and the Forgotten Land, he gets all kinds of different forms. There's a shop in there. You can upgrade the different forms. It's just a really fun family game overall. And there's not a whole lot for me to say about Kirby and the Forgotten Land, but if you are a Kirby fan, they did a 3D twist on the Kirby world with this game, and if you can catch it on sale, I highly recommend it. I wouldn't necessarily recommend full price for this, only because it's such a short game, but I definitely recommend you to play it if, or for one of your kids that has a Switch. You know, it's a really fun game. I think they'll really enjoy it. Now, next up on my list is a very controversial game. I did do a review on it if you want to go check it out, and that is Super Mario Strikers Battle League. Now, I have not played this in a minute, but they have added some new characters, new like abilities, I think, and different more extra modes and stuff. And this is a game that I feel like I would recommend to you, first off on sale, preferably, which it should be on sale right now probably, since it is the holiday season, whether it be a physical copy or a digital copy on the eShop. But this is a game that I would say, if you have family or friends over all the time, or family you live with that like playing games, family Nintendo games all the time and stuff with each other, or siblings around the same age that like that sort of thing, this is definitely a game for you. Now, it has multiple different arenas, and you can customize your characters and stuff, but I think for me personally, this was one of those games that I feel like unless you have friends or family to play it with, it's definitely not worth full price. I have not played a whole lot of it. What I did play with friends was fun, because playing by yourself is not quite as fun when it comes to this Mario Strikers. I do recommend the one on the GameCube if you do have a GameCube or a Wii to be able to play the original Super Mario Strikers on the GameCube. I highly recommend that one more than this one, but if you only have a Nintendo Switch, I would say if this game is on sale, this is a very fun, solid game that I would recommend for the Nintendo Switch that did come out in 2022. Okay, next up on my list is yet another little bit of a controversial title that came out just last month, into the month of November, and that is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, they did come out with some patches for these games. They are fully open world Pokemon games. If you're a Pokemon fan, you already obviously have this game. But if you're not a big Pokemon fan, or you are unsure on this title, again, you can get it on sale, or you can put a lot of hours into Pokemon, so in a way I would recommend full price. It's just that the games are a little bit buggy and glitchy, the graphical issues. You can look up different things on the graphical problems versus the frame rate problems and stuff, and they've tried to fix out the kinks with that a little bit. There have been multiple different issues. However, when it comes to getting gifts for your kids for the Nintendo Switch, I do recommend Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, because they will get a lot of hours out of it. I played over 50 hours. I did a review on these games as well, which is kind of funny. Feel free to check that out as well. But they are open world. There's lots to do, lots of Pokemon to catch. They can play online with their friends, or just play at home together with each other, if they both have a Switch, that is, having their own game. And there's plenty that you can do in them. So yeah, I mean, I would recommend, if you have any kids that like Pokemon, the Scarlet and Violet is where it's at. Now, this is a title that's also on the Nintendo Switch, but I have it on the PS4, even I played on the PS5. but it's a PS4 copy. I would recommend this for really anybody who likes fighting games in general, just likes to have a little bit of fun. This was another awesome one that came out this year in 2022, and that is the Capcom Fighting Collection. I did do a quick review on this one as well. I would say this game was $40 at retail price when it released. You could probably get it on sale for like $20. I highly recommend it. It has vampire hunters, street fighters in there, puzzle fighters, cyberbots, vampire saviors, gem fighter. Like this thing's got like 13-14 games on it. Fantastic collection. There's so many games on here that are so much fun, and it has online play, and you don't even have to play online. This is why it's on my list here of games that I recommend you to get if you have kids or family or that play video games or into video games. In general, it is on everything. It's on Nintendo Switch, it's on PlayStation, it's on Xbox, it's on PC. So if you have a kid who plays video games in general, I think especially if you and them want to play, or them and their friends want to play, it's a fun fighting game collection that they will really have a lot of fun with, I think. So I do highly recommend the Capcom Fighting Collection. It came out earlier this year and it was fantastic. It really surprised me. I was expecting it to be good, but not quite as fun as it was, and it's a ton of fun, and I really think that people can have a really good time with it. So I would recommend that's another great game if you're unsure what to get your kids or don't want to get them some Nintendo games that are more expensive. I would recommend the Capcom Fighting Collection because you can really get it at a really reasonable, cheap price, and I think they will have some kind of fun with it, especially if they have someone to play it with. Now I have a couple more titles left on this list. This next one is a big childhood memory of mine, but they kind of remade it completely into a brand new game, and that is Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. This came out earlier this year as well, in like March or something. You can probably get it at a really good sale price now, especially for PlayStation or Xbox, because Nintendo prices are kind of up and down, but it's also a third-party title, not a first-party title, if you know what that means, that is, depending on who's watching this video. And I think it's only 2-player, but I think it's a very fun, kid-friendly family game that 2 people at home can really enjoy in split-screen mode. Playing this game, it's a Lego game. I mean, it's a game, it's a kid's game technically, and I think that if you're a Star Wars fan, if your kids like Star Wars, you know, look up the prices on this. You might find a good price on it, and I highly recommend that you get the Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga for them, because it's one of those games where you can actually get quite a bit of hours out of this, because it's got all 9 movies in it, and then there's tons and tons of different collectibles, tons of unlockable characters, hundreds of unlockable characters. There's over 400 characters in the game to choose from and play with and mess around with, different dialogue with all the different characters, all kinds of secrets to unlock and find. I think it's a really good buy. So yeah, I definitely recommend this for sure for anyone in the family that's a gamer, that if they want to have fun playing it with someone. It's a good choice. Now, my last game of 2022 that I'm going to recommend is not necessarily it's not family friendly, I would say, but outside of like Fortnite and Call of Duty, if you want your kid to be busy with the game for a really long time and you allow them to play a game that has a little bit of blood, it's not too bad. Maybe a little bit of scariness to it somewhat, but it's still not too bad, you know. I wouldn't recommend it for too small of kids, of course, or kids with anger issues, of course, as well. But that would be Elden Ring. Now, I put almost 200 hours into this game, but that was between 3 different playthroughs. You can customize your character doing multiple different classes. There's so much exploration in this world. It's a very massive open world game. Tons of bosses, tons of different secret bosses, tons of different dungeons, secret enemies, items to unlock, tons of different multiple story outcomes, side quests. There's different side quests that have good sides to them and bad sides to them. Like, there's so much you can do in Elden Ring. It's almost endless, really, the amount of different variety of things that you can do in this game. And also, they just came out with an update recently, which came out with a Coliseum mode where you can play with your friends online and battle each other, or you can just battle random people online, which I think that's really, really cool. Dark Souls 3 had that, and I think Elden Ring having that is a huge win. And they're also probably most likely going to make an expansion for this game as well. That might cost money, but more content to come to the game. But as for the base game itself, you're going to get your money's worth out of Elden Ring, no matter whether you spend full price or not. No matter who you're getting this game for, as long as they don't get angry easy, and like a challenging game, not something that's not something that's easy, but not something that's too hard. Because the thing I like about Elden Ring is you can leave an area and come back. If you get stuck at a boss, you can leave, go explore somewhere else, level up your stuff, get better, and you can come back to the boss fights that you have not beaten yet. So that is the games of 2022 that I would recommend you buy as holiday gifts for your kids, for your friends, for your families, that are good family-friendly games. Mostly Elden Ring, not quite as much, but you know, you get your money's worth out of Elden Ring, and I still would recommend it as a family game, even though, as long as your kids aren't too young, you know, if you want to keep them busy, basically is what I'm saying, is to get them Elden Ring, as long as they don't have anger issues and stuff, and they like playing a game that is really long and you'll get your money's worth out of. So anyways, guys, those are my games of 2022 holiday gift guide. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, happy holidays. More content to come, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Later.